welcome back to Cooking with Prokan. I'm Chef Justin Daniel C, and we're here to show you guys our first video on the Argentinian style grill. It's got a beautiful setup here. We're gonna teach you guys how to use the firebox, get your wood cooking, and teach you how to move the coals over and get that all set up. And then we'll show you how to use the adjustable grate, and we'll get that cooking over here. Over here, what we're gonna be cooking today is a beautiful braised pork belly. We've gone ahead and braised it last night, slow and low in the oven. The reason why we do that is my personal opinion on pork belly is that it's really nice cooked slowly over time, but then you can finish it in multiple different ways, either in a hot frying pan or in a deep fryer, or in this case over the fire on the coals, which is going to be brilliant. It's going to add a lot of smokiness and charred flavors. We're going to marinate our pork belly in this beautiful miso garlic sauce that we've made. We'll make sure to keep the recipe on the screen and down below. And then when we plate it, we're going to introduce a mojo verde sauce, which is a cilantro, jalapeno, and garlic-based sauce just blended together. We're going to add some spices like cumin and paprika as well over here. And then for the side dish today, we're also going to, while we're cooking the pork belly, we're going to grill off some cabbage. We're kind of going to dress it like a Caesar salad. So a little Parmesan, some breadcrumbs as a crouton, some smoked bacon, some lemon, and some lemon aioli. You've seen all the ingredients. Let's get our grill lit up and get ready to cook. Here we are at our Prokan Argentinian Grill. We're going to show you what the setup looks like, explain what a couple of the things are, as well as teach you about how to light the wood and what kind of wood to use. So right here, you have our firebox. This is what we're going to load up with all of our firewood. The wood we're using today is a mixture of maple and oak, but any hard wood is great. Some cherry wood works as well, but you can kind of figure out what flavors work for you. But basically, we're going to put our wood in this firebox. We're going to start a fire. It's a bit of a longer process for this cooking, but it's a bit more of an art form of cooking than just cooking on a North American style grill. Once the fire gets going, all of your coals are going to drop to the bottom of this grate, and we're going to use our Prokan shovel right here. We're going to move those coals from underneath here to under our grill. And this grill is adjustable, so we can show you guys right here. So you can get closer or lower to the fire as you're trying to cook either slower or faster. So if the coals are really hot and you want to kind of get a little further away and cook more evenly, you raise it up. And if you're looking for more of a char, then you're going to raise it down. And these fire bricks lined all throughout the bottom of the grill is a really nice material that's going to contain a lot of heat and heat retention. Even if there's no coals, once it's lit, this thing is going to continuously cook for you guys. Underneath here as well is we have a bit of storage. You can kind of keep your extra firewood located down here and have it keeping it nice and dry in case it rains. But let's go ahead and get this lit and we'll show you guys how to move the coals. So we have our wood here, again, any kind of dry hardwood, which is great. Oak, cherry, maple. We're using a bit of oak and maple today. We're just going to fill this guy up. And you want to make sure that you leave some space in the bottom so that there's air going in. It's going to help light your fire. You can either start with a bit of kindling or a blowtorch or some paper if you like, but we'll go ahead and get this going here. We're going to load up that much for now, and then we can always add more once the fire is going. So let's get our blowtorch and we'll just start that. So we can go ahead and leave this here resting. It's going to light the fire, and then we'll come back and show you guys once the fire is lit. Here we are with the Prokan Argentinian Grill. We've got our fire started. It's almost ready. We're using our Prokan poker, and we're just kind of moving the wood and releasing those coals as they burn. So it's going to take a long time to get your fire ready, but once you have it ready, it's good to go, and it will stay hot for a very long time because of these fire bricks underneath. So if you can see under here, all these little fallen pieces of coal, that's what we're looking for. Once we have enough, we're gonna move it to the center, and then we're ready to start cooking on the adjustable grill. All right, our fire is well underway. We've got some beautiful coals on the bottom. We're gonna start shoveling it to the middle and get our fire bricks heated up. As those are preheating, we're gonna come over here, get our pork belly marinated, and we're gonna get cooking on the grill. So let's go ahead and move the coals. We've got our shovel from Prokan, and you're just gonna move an even layer of coals to the center. And as you can see, they're nice and ashy, they're nice and white from the heat. It's exactly what we're looking for. So it doesn't look like a very large amount of coal, but this is exactly how much coal you need. This is gonna create an intense amount of heat, and that's why we're gonna be using the adjustable grill set to kind of go up and down. That's good for now. We're gonna get those heated there. We're gonna leave that, and let's go marinate our pork belly. All right, here we are. We have our pork belly. Again, we've cooked this slowly overnight in a braise, so it's nice and juicy, fully cooked. And then we're gonna finish it over this brilliant fire over here. So I'll get this out of the way. This guy ready to go. We've made a nice marinade. It's a miso and ginger garlic. I'm gonna put this right on top. I'm gonna use a brush and coat all sides of the pork belly. As you can see, the fire is hot and waiting for us, ready to go, which is great. It's gonna get a nice, really good smoky char on the outside of this pork belly. All right, we're good to go with the pork belly. Let's go over here and get it on the grill. All right, we got our pork belly nicely marinated. We're getting ready to go right on the grill. Our coals are nice and preheated underneath. We're gonna keep loading firewood to create more coals as we go so we can keep controlling the heat to be higher or lower. And then I'm just gonna quickly talk about this, the V-shaped grills right here. So these V-shape is not just easy for non-stick, but it's actually slightly slanted. The reason being, it's gonna help avoid flare-ups when cooking. So all of that juicy fat that's gonna cook off, if it hits the coal, it's gonna start a fire, and that's what we're trying to avoid right now. So this little trap here is gonna collect those little fats from cooking, and those V's are gonna catch it and kind of pull it down in a slight angle. So you can use that to cook. You can put it on some nice grilled bread. You can add it back to the meat later. But again, it's just a really nice design to prevent the flare up. So let's go ahead and put this pork belly on the grill. We're gonna go skin side down, right in the center. All right, so because of the thickness of this pork belly, we're gonna kind of up and down the grill with the adjustable grill. And we're gonna kind of get it lower to get some nice char. And then we're gonna bring it up so that we can make sure it's heated through and evenly charred on the outside with the smokiness. So let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit. We're gonna get right up and close to get that nice initial sear on the outside. And then once we feel that we're happy with that char, we're gonna bring it back up. As you guys can see, this pork belly is full of fat. It's basically a really thick cut of bacon. So you have your fat dripping really nicely into the little trough here, which is perfect because it's avoiding that flare up. We're ready to flip it. We're gonna flip it numerous times on different levels, but we're happy with the sear on the one side now, so let's go ahead and flip. So as you can see, it's beautiful sizzling pork fat is getting crisped up, and we're gonna just keep moving it so you get even heat from all sides of the belly. So we got some nice new coals dropping into the bottom. We're just gonna shovel it in, put it underneath the pork belly, keep that flame going. So now that we've got kind of a refreshed the coal on the bottom, let's get our cabbage ready to go on as well. Our pork belly is about halfway there. Let's go ahead and get our cabbage ready to start grilling so they finish at the same time. So we've just got a nice little cabbage here from the local market. I'm just gonna cut it in half and take out the core. We're just gonna take this little V stem out just because it's a little tough. So we have our 2 pieces of cabbage ready to go. We're just gonna lightly dress it with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. We're gonna keep it simple. Reason is because we're gonna put a nice little sauce on top with some crumbles, some bacon, and some cheese. So you don't wanna overdo it at the beginning. Just for ease, I'm just gonna oil my pan. It's kind of like a no mess way to dress it. We're gonna dip the side that we wanna sear the most in the oil. Then flip it over. So far, we just have a nice little bit of olive oil. Any excess leaves, you can save for something else, just because they will fall off on the grill. So on here, we have just olive oil. We're gonna go some smoked Maldon salt, just to kind of double up on that smokiness from the wood. And then just some fresh cracked black pepper. All right, let's get this on the grill and start cooking with the pork belly at the same time. We're gonna slowly start cooking our cabbage nice and slow on the side here. So we get these guys cut side down, just off to the side. The reason why I'm putting it on this side is because I'm gonna put less coals underneath so that we have 2 temperatures of cooking. I want a little hotter on the pork belly and a little slower on the cabbage. We can always move the cabbage over or raise it up and down. And then other thing to remember with this pork belly, which I'm about to flip again, is you just want to keep moving it. But as you can see, the firebox is on this side. So anything on the left side of the grill is going to be hotter. So this side is looking really nice and roasty. This side needs some love. So we're going to move that side closer to the firebox. And that's just going to help even out that cooking. And then if we feel like we want to go hotter and faster, we're going to bring it back down. So let's leave that for a little bit and we'll come back and check on it. We're ready. The pork belly is cooked and we're good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to let the pork belly come off and we're going to rest the pork belly. It's really important to let your meat rest after you're cooking it. Reason is, if you don't and you cut right away, all the juices are going to be running around inside and they're going to come out. They're basically going to leak all your juices and you're going to have a dry pork belly. So this is a pro restaurant tip. Always let your meat rest. I'm going to get this guy over. And then we're gonna set him over here. And we're also gonna get our cabbage off as well. We're ready to go. Let's get our cabbage plated as we let our pork belly rest. After we plate our cabbage, we'll have that ready to go. we can slice our pork belly and get that ready to plate as well. So all we need to do is our nicely roasted cabbage right on the plate. Throw any leaves in there as well. This is a Parmesan aioli that we made. We'll leave a recipe as well. All you basically are doing is just mixing a bit of garlic mayo and some Parmesan shredded up. We're gonna do a base layer here, and we're gonna add a little bit more on top after. So next step is a bit of garlic, butter, herb breadcrumb. It's just a bit of Japanese panko breadcrumbs that we toasted in a pan. Added some brown butter, some herbs, some garlic, some seasoning as well. So that's on top for a little crunch. That's kind of the crouton of like the Caesar salad that we're going for. We have some bacon that we've just cooked off and crumbled up. I'm gonna add that on. This is where you kind of really see that bacon salad inspiration of this grilled cabbage. And then just a little bit of smoked Maldon salt to kind of add to that grill flavor. And then we're just gonna finish it with both a little bit of lemon zest, a little bit of lemon juice, and some fresh cheese. The acidity from the lemon juice is gonna really cut the fattiness of this and gonna really add some acid to the pork belly as well. So don't be shy. Let's go ahead and add some lemon juice as well. Get rid of some of the seeds. And we're just gonna squeeze that on top. All right, so your cabbage is fully ready. And then let's get slicing on the pork belly. So as you guys can see, this beautiful cabbage, bacon, cheese. Oh, sorry, we have to do our cheese first too. So let's finish with the cheese. All right, so there we go. It's basically a Caesar salad on a grilled cabbage. You got bacon, cheese, Parmesan aioli, some nice salt and pepper, and some smoky salt. And we're ready to go and slice our pork belly. All right, so we've rested our pork belly, nice and rested for 10 minutes. Our cabbage is dressed and ready to go. All we have to do is slice our pork belly. So let's just get that on our cutting board. Get this out of the way so we have some space for cutting. And we're just gonna slice this way. And as you can see, it's super juicy, smoky, hot. And then the acidity from the mojo sauce, which I'll make sure we leave the recipe for you guys, is gonna cut the fattiness of this pork really nicely. That's a good amount for what we're using today. Nice, it's hot. We're just gonna finish it with a little bit of smoked salt. And we're really emphasizing that smokiness on this meal because we're using that Argentinian style grill. Over here, just a bit of this mojo sauce. Again, it's a bit of cilantro, jalapeno, and herbs, some garlic, a bit of rice vinegar. It's a nice acidic green sauce right on the bottom there. And then we're just moving our pork belly right over top. I like a lot of mojo because I like the acid, so we're just gonna put some more on top off the side here, and then people can kind of choose how much sauce they like. So there we have it. We have our grilled pork belly, our beautiful cabbage. Everything's ready to go, and this is ready for us to enjoy.